Hi guys, it is Monday. I'm currently waiting for one of my clients to hop on the call. He may have forgotten, but I did a bit of coaching over the phone with him over the past couple of days, just to kind of help him out, which was new for me, which I actually quite enjoyed. It gave me a chance to challenge myself and see how much I could convey across in under a minute, which was actually quite a lot. Another thing, so I've got my first kind of couples coaching session with Tiffany and Sorka tonight, which I'm a little bit nervous for, but also quite eager and curious to see what happens. And another thing, this here will be going tomorrow, and some of my hair as well. I'm gonna get my hair cut and I'm gonna get my beard clean shaved down the side. Tash really trimmed down all the way, and then this kind of just shaving down to a bit of stubble, and all the same on the side. I'm getting a bit bored and fed up with it not being even and looking messy, and also I'm constantly just playing with it, which is getting quite distracting. So yeah, I will check in either tonight after the coaching session or tomorrow before getting my beard trim. So yeah, good morning. It's now Tuesday. I had a call with Sorka last night and we learnt a new kind of technique of conversing in like a safe space, which we're going to explore further. It's called about senders and receivers. And the sender basically asks for an appointment or a time where they can speak openly about something that's happening or happened. So we had a bit of a rough start, but we're going to keep working on it. Sorka is incredible. She holds such a safe space with no judgment, and it's brilliant. So then today I've got a call with my own coach, Mattis, which I'm looking forward to. He's my first male coach I've had repeatedly, so it's quite nice to go in deeper with him, and I've got a lot of rapport with him. I've got my little friend, not so little anymore, but little Rosie. She is staying with me today. She's already grown in the week that I saw her last. She's still a little bit. She does love my beard. So she'll be in my room whilst on the calls. And I've also decided on what facial hair I'm gonna get, and that is basically just like that. So I have a little bit of a tuft down the bottom, keep the tash long, shave there, trim there, so it's nice and long. So I have the option to curl up if I want to, and I'm gonna be getting that this afternoon as a reward for being 2 weeks clean from nicotine. Yeah. So I'll check in with you either just before or just after. Probably, just before then just after. Okay, so another thing, during last night's call, one of the gifts that Tiff asked for was to make a commitment, and she'd asked me to make that before. So these are the 3 things I'm committing to in our relationship. And to remember them, the LBC. So my first one is to stop lying, and that includes telling half-truths, using particular words to describe things, leaving certain parts out, hiding things, and doing things that aren't necessarily lying, but aren't the full truth. So I'm going to start doing that. Second one is boundaries. So setting clear, energetic, spiritual, physical, and emotional boundaries with people in my life or people around me, and being, when I do welcome in someone new, being very clear about where that boundary is. So for instance, if I'm coaching a female, at the start of the call and start of the sort of relationship, start saying, this is just purely basically coaching clients, nothing more, and having that kind of almost energetic boundary that is non-verbal kind of come out and be felt. And the third one is committing, or commitment. So committing to, we discussed this last night, basically letting Tiff know that basically as soon as possible when I can't hold to something I've committed to. So these other two commitments, as soon as I feel that one of them is going to break, let her know as soon as possible. Or if I can't, same thing, if I can't make a date night, let her know really quickly. Or if I can't do something that I've committed to, just letting her know as soon as I get the feeling I can't make it, I can't stick to it. So those are the three things that I'm bringing forward into the relationship, into our new relationship. So it's lying, boundaries, and commitment. Those are my three big ones for the moment, but I'm sure there'll be many more, and they'll grow and evolve. And one other thing that I forgot to mention is this morning in the gym, I ran into a guy that I chatted to years ago, and see him every now and again, just give him a little head nod. But spoke to him, and he said that he's seen me a couple of times and didn't really recognise me, because I've gotten into much better shape, and I quite appreciated the recognition. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the last video, but in my year of sobriety, I've lost 20 kilos, which is insane. The heaviest I've ever weighed was towards the start of it. It was around 107 kilos. I'm now down to 87, and kind of fluctuating between 85 and 89, kind of up and down. That's huge, losing 20 kilos in a year. So yeah. This is the before shot.
My sons are okay, so he's yeah, that's good.
And this is the after. So I am out walking the little puppies. There's one, as you can see. So Rosie and there's Hildy. Yeah, I'm not too happy with this. It's a bit uneven, so I'm thinking about trimming the tash down just to some stubble. There's a little squirrel. And just keeping this. So I'm off for a walk with Hildy. It is pouring down with rain, but I wanted to get out the house. Had a couple good coaching sessions. I'm now doing 3 alarms a day, and when those alarms go off, checking in to see whether I'm seeking approval, control, or security. And then I'm going to use those to help regulate myself. Actually no, once I realise what I'm needing, I'll be able to realise if I need up regulation or down. So that's going from hypo into regulation, or from hyper coming down into regulation. And then once I become more attuned with those techniques, and they become second nature, when I have conversations or exposed to situations where I become dysregulated, I will be able to regulate myself in a more familiar sense. Good morning, it is Thursday morning. I wanted to record this video whilst it's still fresh. So last night, Tiff sent in a message saying she wanted to basically go out and make new guys sort of friends, but she'd let me know if any boundaries were going to be crossed. And I woke up, and instead of just saying okay and pushing out, not really speaking what I wanted, I set a boundary saying I'm not okay with that. Yeah, you can make new friends, that's okay, but if any boundaries are crossed, that's the end of the relationship. And we had a long conversation where I felt kind of on the back foot a little bit, but it's my own stuff, not her. It's a long old pattern that whenever I feel uncomfortable, I disassociate. I basically suppress everything and just comply. But today I used the techniques learned from multiple coaches to re-regulate myself, and it really helped me stay present in the conversation and get my point across in a non-aggressive way, in a very calm way. And I believe at the end of the conversation, I was heard, and yeah, so that's a big, it's a win for me. Staying regulated throughout our whole conversation, and whilst this is a big one for me, setting boundaries. So maintaining regulation whilst also setting a boundary is a massive win. So just celebrating. You noticed something this morning as you're leaving the gym, that you have been recording videos and saying what you think you should be saying instead of just really saying where you're at. So from here on out, I'm going to be doing that. So this morning I have half applied for my USA visa. I'm just waiting to hear back from one of my dad's friends who's quite high up in the government, and using him as a reference or my point of contact, so I'm more likely to get it. I have also done some research into crystals to see which one can help Dad. So he's got quite a bad cough that's continuous, but it's not COVID, it's something else. And yeah. Hi guys, so as you can see, this is growing on me. I quite like it. I'm gonna try and grow some stubble back again. Yeah, so last video was, what was it? So I'm recording this on Sunday now, so it's been a while. Yeah, so talking about half applying through my visa, so I've now applied for that. I've got my appointment in November, which is a long way away. So instead of waiting for so long, we're trying to move it up. I decided to go and just buy a ticket. So I'm moving out there for 3 months on the 1st of August. So I've handed in both my notices. So that's when I'll be good to go. And then I will come back on the 30th of October. Yeah, so I'll come back on the 30th of October and be here for a couple of weeks whilst my visa comes through. So I've got my interview. So yeah, it's been a pretty big week. Made some big kind of steps forward in the right direction. You're back on pretty good terms with Tiff. Excuse me. Yeah, you've got a few more people you're coaching. Yeah, I've got some big plans for next week as well, but I don't want to give anything away. I'll allow you to tell it in the next story, in the next week's video. Yeah, which will be exciting. So I feel like everything's finally coming together, and it's all moving in the right direction. Yeah, which is good. So yeah, I think trying to really think what else has happened this week. Yeah, something else. I have been assigned my new trio, and being quite proactive in getting all the meetings sorted. So now it's meeting with them on Wednesday mornings, which is quite nice. He coached by a guy as well. One of the guys that triggered me when we were all introducing ourselves is he's a bit I can't think of the right word to describe him. So it'll be interesting to see how that all goes. I've been wanting to post on social media. I see sharing what I know and I see seeing if anyone's interested in being coached by me to send me a message. But I've been quite resistant to doing that. I'm not sure exactly what I want to say or how I'm going to sell myself properly, which is why I'm mainly working off referrals and invitations from other clients of mine. Yeah, so had a pretty big week for me. I feel like I'm moving in the right direction and the momentum is coming back again. So I will leave it there for this week and I shall see you all next Sunday. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have any questions or even if you just want to say hi. Quite nice to hear from you. And I'll see you soon. One last thing that I remembered is that Matt, your old best friend, called you yesterday. You cut off ties with him because your relationship was built. Sick. Hildy! Hunting little what are they called? Not pheasants. It's like a pheasant, but not a pheasant. Quails. Hunting quails. Anyway, she'll come back. Yeah, so you cut off ties because your relationship was built around drugs and alcohol. And you got a call from him asking you, inviting you to play golf with your old golf mates. And from the sounds of it, he's actually kind of got his life back on track. He's actually doing quite well for himself. So I've provisionally said yes to potentially playing golf next weekend. And then if at any point I feel like my voice is being slightly dry or I'm not happy, first thing I will speak up and say it how it is, say that this isn't working out for me. Either need to change the way this is or I'm gone, even if we are halfway through a round of golf. And secondly, yeah, just standing up and leaving if at any point I don't feel welcome or comfortable. Yeah, so now out walking the dog. Mum and Dad are a bit under the weather, so I'm making a pork joint for dinner. So I'm out walking whilst it's cooking.